What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Lockdown review 2015, which is a very odd way to do this pay-per-view. Well, TV free pay-per-view, TNA, whatever they want to call it, which I'm surprised that Genesis didn't come first, but Lockdown was here tonight, and we pretty much kicked it off with the tag team titles on the line. The Revolution, Storm, and Abyss versus the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Pretty much the Hardy Boys were going against them for the tag team titles. Pretty much pretty much every match is a cage match tonight. Pretty much a great way to kick off the show with the cage match. Still don't understand why they have these open holes in a cage, and I guess throughout the entire match, Manic was handcuffed to it. But it was pretty much a great match going on throughout the entire show. Pretty much the match was good and everything, but getting to pretty much the Hardys were getting the upper edge over Abyss and Storm, but pretty much the Revolution kept interfering in. And when Sonata hit the spit into Jeff Hardy's face when he was about to do the Swanton, Storm did the last call super kick, still retaining the tag team championships then. So it was a great match to kick off the show. But pretty much after the match, they put Matt Hardy through a table, Koya, and tried to get Jeff, but Jeff was taking down the Revolution. And when he took down the Revolution, he pretty much was about to, he pretty much went through, Manic went through the table on his own. But when he was going after the Revolution, was about to do something off the top of the cage, Abyss pushed the door. Jeff fell on the door and then fell on the back of the steel steps, which is a sick bump people been talking about with Jeff Hardy. And oh my God, that was a hard fall Jeff took. I thought he was going to land on his neck almost. But that was a pretty tough fall Jeff Hardy did take right there. So, hopefully he was okay after that. And they checked on him, but pretty much Storm and them were still attacking the Hardys when Jeff was hurt. And the fans just started chanting TNA, which for some reason, since he just fell off the cage, damn near killing himself. So it was pretty sick. And he tried to protect himself from damage by bouncing off the, bouncing on top of the, he bounced off the steps and rolled to the ground then. So that was a hard fall Jeff Hardy took for a bump right there. I don't know if Jeff Hardy will be back next week, but I was hearing about it and everything. I didn't want to spoil it, but, hey, that was kind of sick how he fell. MVP was in the battle talking about pretty much the BDC was going to beat Kurt Angle's team tonight, and he was going to go out there and issue something. When it came to the ring, pretty much they talked about Kurt Angle. They brought Jeff Hardy because, this match ends careers and everything. And Eric Young took the mic saying he's going to make Eric bleed, he says. Bleed. And he tried to change these guys' minds then and talked about Kurt Angle then. And pretty much when that Austin Aries and Gunner, as Kurt Angle came out, he talked about that Aries was smart and stupid, that Gunner, you may end your career doing this, and talked about Kurt Angle's leg, how it's just taped up and everything and ready to be broken every time it gets fixed. And pretty much Kurt Angle says, I'm not going to walk away. He never walks away. And that he came here to New York City to fight, and they started brawling inside the ring then, but the BDC had the man advantage and was beating the hell out of Kurt Angle's team and pretty much slammed Gunner's arm into with a chair arm and stuff, with a chair and everything into the door. And they kept saying he probably wasn't going to be able to do this match. So MVP on the mic, always great as always from him. Always makes everything sound clever. Havok went against Awesome Kong. Good video package they showed. The match itself was, I don't know, it was a cage match holding it back and everything, but I did like the crowd when they did. Of course, I always like the crowd. They said, better than Divas. Better than Divas, which is true. The match itself was good. I'll say that. I don't know how long this will go. I don't know why they make it sound like it's ending, but, Awesome Kong hitting a splash off the top rope was pretty impressive. So, I thought she was going to hit an implant bust on Havok. That would have been impressive. But I don't think this feud is over, and it's been a lot of hype to it, but it was a bit type of slow, but, I don't know if it's the size or anything, but maybe if they do another match, it'll get better. Velvet Sky, they showed from 2 weeks ago getting fired by TNA, and pretty much trying to go to Angelina for comfort since she was fired, and she was like, oh, that's so bad, and everything. And pretty much after that, when Velvet left with a suitcase, she was like, finally. So she got rid of her. Bobby Roode went against Eric Young in the steel cage match. Now, pretty much MVP came out threw a chair in there throughout the match. And the match was good itself. Bobby Roode picking up the win with the Roode bomb on top of the steel chair on Eric Young, beating him. And pretty much saying, you know, he had to fight his brother out there and everything because he cost him the World Heavyweight Championship a few weeks ago on TNA. So that pretty much happened then. Pretty much going on, Kurt Angle was pretty much going to Bobby Lashley, asked for his help, saying, like, Bobby, like, we need you and everything. You gotta get rid of the BDC. This, I'm desperate. And pretty much Bobby Lashley says, like, he was like, no. And didn't want to do it. He says, I'm not impressed. So Kurt Angle just pushed him to the wall. He said, wake up, Bobby. Wake up. Mandrews and Rockstar Spud went against Tyrus in the cage match. This match was good, especially with Rockstar Spud doing that senton from off top of the cage, which the crowd pretty much won the TNA chant stand. And both of those guys went against Mandrews. Mandrews got out of the cage since EC3, I believe, spit at him or something. He went after EC3, but EC3 took him out and held his head to the steel cage, and Spud tried to go after him, but Tyrus was able to take Spud and beat him in the ring then. And then when EC3 said shaving time, he had the clippers ready to shave Rockstar Spud's head, but Jeremy Borash cut the wires and pretty much ran off then. Which I don't know why they sell a lot of Bros Clay stuff. I don't know why they that out there. The Bromans, I don't know what was with this challenge they did with Robbie E and Brooke Tessmacher, which I didn't know what it was in the prior show. Maybe we were showing highlights of it. I don't know, it was almost like an NXT challenge they used to do back then. Spinning their heads around with bats, running in the cage, out the cage, and they kept pushing each other, but Brooke Tessmacher won and beat Robbie E, so I don't know what the point of that was. Team Angle went against Team BDC or Beatdown Clan in the Lethal Lockdown match. Pretty much mostly every weapon was across the entire ring. Pretty much they kicked it off with both Kenny King and Gunner was the first ones to come out and brawl, pretty much fight. After that, when those two were out there, Low-Key next, or some more Joe. Joe was next, then it was Aries, then it was Low-Key, then it was Kurt Angle, then MVP. And pretty much as they pretty much went on, Bobby Lashley came out and was going to shake hands with MVP, but pretty much took the weapon and knocked out his hand and speared him. So then it was a full Lethal Lockdown match. I guess it was Kurt Angle's member. As BDC got the pretty much started taking out Angle's team. They were able to dodge pretty much. Everybody was never hitting a submission out there. Angle had the ankle lock. Aries had the last chancery. Gunner had the gun rack. And Lashley hit the spear at the end of the pretty much at the show and beat MVP, winning the Lethal Lockdown match. So that happened then. So why was there a tennis racket in this match? I don't know. But this Lockdown pay-per-view, well, I guess free. I don't know what TNA, like I said, I don't know what TNA's pay-per-view schedule is this year, or how many free TV pay-per-views they keep doing. I don't know how this works anymore. Because I thought Lockdown was the main pay-per-view, because they showed it last year on pay-per-view. So I don't know. TNA is just sometimes weird to me. It wasn't a bad show or anything. It was some good things, but Jeff Hardy taking that sick bump was pretty much one of the highlights of the night in a way, and everything. So that's pretty much it. So once again, you know, it's me, HWD, coming at the news and reviews. You know I am, know I do with the show. Here I go with the flow. Today is TNA going down, Lockdown. Excuse me. Take the money, spend on the dub. Hey, I saw my new shirt, the Bullet Club. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.